Hey, it's Andrew from Five Little Ducks Resale. On today's episode, we're going to discuss the logistics of me shipping out a 700 book lot that we sold on eBay, and we'll be discussing some things that have sold out of our eBay store. So check it out. Hey everyone, how's it going? Sorry for the kind of bad, unpolished nature of this video, but this is kind of spur of the moment. So wanted to kind of walk you through something that had happened today. It's not a bad thing by any means, but just kind of the unexpected things that happen in the life of a reseller, I guess. So I've had up on eBay a listing of over 700 books in a single lot. It's a lot of romance books that I picked up at an online estate sale last year. We went through the painstaking process, one of my daughters and I, of cataloging all of the books, counting them, putting them in order, figuring out where the gaps in the count was, and we ended up counting, I believe, about 701 books. And so we put this lot up, and it's been listed for now for over a year. And we got an offer on it the other day, and while it was a decent offer, I was really hoping to get a little bit more just because of the sheer number of books involved. And so I sent a counter offer, and I didn't hear anything back, and I figured that the buyer wasn't interested, and the offer ended up expiring, and I didn't think I'd ever hear again. So I'm doing my work for today, of course. I'm editing photos, and I see this offer come through for that very same lot of books. And lo and behold, it's a better offer. It still wasn't what I was hoping, but I didn't want to pass it up, so I ended up accepting it. And so we'll get into the details of that offer in a bit, but I wanted to show you here what I am up against. So you might remember this background here from some of my other What Sold videos, but let me kind of take you around in this room here and show you what I have to deal with. So let me turn the camera around and I'll show you. Okay, here is what I am up against. So these totes here all have stuffed animals in them, so those will have to be moved and dealt with first. But here, these remaining Home Depot boxes, these are what I have to go through, because in each of these medium-sized Home Depot boxes are romance novels. And this is the 700 books that I'm talking about here that I have to now package up and ship out. So the challenge that I have, and you can see how far down that goes, and I have 4 boxes, I believe. The 4th box may not contain all of the same series that I have to ship out. I think they have some other books concurrently that I have listed, so I'll have to go through those in a bit. But I know I have at least 3 large size boxes that I have to go through. So obviously the challenge is I can't send a box like this media mail. It is just way too heavy, and this box probably weighs about 80 or 90 pounds. So my challenge is to go through each of these, repackage all of the books, all 700 books, into some sort of manageable number of boxes that kind of is a mix between the number of packages and the weight of the package. So I have a number of large boxes on hand. Of course, I said before that I'm kind of a box hoarder. So I'm not really worried about the boxes, but just getting all of these downstairs and packaged up. So a little bit of an unexpected thing. I'm going to turn the camera back around 1 second. Like I said before, it's a little bit unexpected, but it's definitely not a bad thing at all. I definitely have my work cut out for me today, but what I thought I might do was take this camera downstairs and set up a time lapse, and you can kind of see the whole process as I try to figure all of this out. And then once I have the total number of packages and I know the weights and I can print out the postage and go from there, I'll show you exactly what I have. So we'll catch up with you guys shortly. So what you're seeing here is the complete packing process, which took over an hour, and I've condensed it down into just about 2 minutes worth of time. And so you can see that this first box being done here, taping it all up. Went over each of the seams and the sides 2 or 3 times with that eBay branded tape, and then I went over those seams again with the clear shipping tape. And these first 2 Amazon boxes that I used weighed about 30 pounds each. And so they were rock solid, but they weren't, super heavy. They were just really dense. This next box that I'm using is a little bit different size, but they were all kind of relatively within the same weight range. Of course, my dad came over at that point and wanted to make a cameo appearance, unwittingly. Again, same basic procedure. Find a box, a big box, put as many books as I could in there, filled all the voids with the packing paper, and and just made sure that the books wouldn't move around a whole lot, which was nice. You know, those books or those boxes were really solid. And the last box that I actually did, this is box number 5 here. But the last one coming up was actually the most challenging because I ended up needing to find a box that the remaining books could fit in with no ones left over. You know, whatever the number of books that were remaining, I had to find a box that would fit that. So here's me kind of determining the box that I would need. Finally found one, and at the very end, same procedure, pack it up, tape it up, and boom, got all of them in there. And this is me doing a thumbs up for a great job, and here's the result. All right, guys, here's the end result. I have 6 boxes here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All total, we have 178 pounds worth of books. They're all going to be going UPS ground instead of media mail shipping. It's going to be less expensive to do it that way, and they should arrive actually sooner. So yeah, that was it. That was a chore and a half to get that done, but not bad for a day's worth of work. And I got a bunch of cleanup to do, so I'll let you guys go for now. Thanks for watching. It was certainly a lot of work getting all of those books into those boxes, but it was definitely worth it. The decision to ship them UPS ground instead of media mail was beneficial on a couple of fronts. First, the buyer got them the next day. Because she was relatively close, she was actually only 1 state over, we shipped them out the same day that they were ordered, and she ended up getting them the following day. So that was super quick. I don't even think that if we had sent them priority mail, they would have gotten there that fast. So that ended up being a plus. The other benefit of shipping them UPS ground was that it was actually cheaper than media mail. All right, as promised, I'm going to run through the numbers for this sale and show you all of the breakdowns and fees and shipping and show you all that good stuff. So let me turn the camera here so I can pop up some more numbers and graphics. So all in all, this lot originally was listed for $699.99. Basically, my thought was $1 per book. And I knew that that was kind of a stretch. After I had it listed for a while, I did turn on best offers. I wasn't sure because sometimes, you know, when there's large lots of items, that can sometimes spur people into buying them. But I know that romance books are a slow seller, to say the least. So I just wanted to start out with that, just as a baseline, just to see where we were. It's always easier to start off high and to go lower than to raise the price on later. So when this item was listed and we received the offer, we actually were running it on a 20% off sale. And so the listing price was $559.99. So when the offer originally came in, I believe that she had offered $300 for the lot. And while that was a tempting offer because it had been listed, like I said, for over a year, I wanted to run the numbers in my mind first just to make sure that we were, you know, getting the money that I thought was worth it for this lot. And after running through some numbers, after doing the math kind of quick, I think we were maybe taking a trip or an errand when the offer originally came in. We decided that, you know, it wasn't really worth our time to be dealing with all of that stuff. I know that kind of sounds petty, but you know, you do get paid for your time in this business. You know, your time is worth something. And so based on that $300 offer, I decided to counter. And then as I had explained in the video, that offer expired and I thought I wasn't gonna hear anything. So once that new offer came in, that was for $375. That was certainly a better offer than the previous one. So I decided, you know, this opportunity might not come back again. So I didn't necessarily want to counter and go through the process of it expiring again. And so this time I decided to accept it. So based on the acceptance price of $375, eBay fees were $59.98, so nearly $60 for eBay fees. And I'm not sure why this is, but eBay's category for media has one of the highest final value fees, much higher than the 12.9% that they usually charge. It's closer to 15%. So why that is, I'm not sure, but whatever, it is what it is. So $59.98 for fees. And then going UPS ground, it was $111.38 for shipping. And so that actually saved about $25 off of the price that we would have paid had we sent them media mail. So our net pre-tax profit was $203.64 on this sale. So all in all, not too bad. Again, you know, it did take over a year for these books to move. And again, one of the reasons why I took this offer was because you saw the size of the boxes that were sitting, against that wall behind me. And over time, those things collect dust. The cats have been scratching at the boxes, and without a great place to put all this stuff, again, we do operate this out of our home, that stuff can get in the way. And so it becomes kind of a balance between, well, do I want to hold off for a better offer, or am I just ready to move this stuff? And I think this offer came in at the right time. We were ready to move it, and we had all the stuff on hand, and it was just a really good timing altogether. So not sad that we ended up taking that offer, and I'm glad to finally get those books out of the way. One additional benefit that I was going to talk about was that this lot came from an online estate sale that we had already made our money back from. So we had purchased quite a number of other things that have sold over the last year. And so we were already in the pure profit for this particular sale. And so this was just icing on the cake. So that's, again, another reason why we decided to go with it, because we weren't going to be losing money in the end. So all in all, it was a great experience. I would absolutely do it again. I have no problem shipping books and housing books. We have shipped books for years. And so they can be slow sellers, but they can be fast sellers as well. It just really depends on the right buyer. All right, at this point, let's go through some things that have recently sold, apart from those books, out of our eBay store over the last few days. First up, we have the Zoe and Phoebe women's jeans, size 10, slim boot cut. These sold for a best offer of $15 plus shipping. The next items were these Adidas EVA Light Strike black and orange running shoes. These sold for $22.99 plus shipping. Next up, we had this J-Jill open knit women's hooded tan and white cardigan sweater, and it sold for $20 on best offer plus shipping. The next item was this Hanes repair manual. This was for the Chevrolet Camaro and Pontiac Firebird from 1993 to 2002, all models. This ended up selling for $14.99 plus shipping. This book was actually sitting on the shelf of listed items for about a year, even though it wasn't even listed. What I think had happened is that it sold about a year ago, but then the buyer immediately canceled, and I never remembered to relist the item. So it basically just sat in its spot, thinking that it was just going to sell over time, when there's no way it would have, because it wasn't listed. So about a week after I listed this item, it sold. Never forget to relist your items. The next item was this High Sierra gray messenger bag, and it sold for $24.99 plus shipping. This one did in fact get delivered and got positive feedback for it. Next up, we have another name mug. This was the Megan mug, and it sold for $5.39 plus shipping. Next up, we had a Stampin' Up! Stamp set. This was the Happy Harmony 6-piece wood-mounted rubber stamp set with flowers and thoughts, and it sold for a best offer of $7.49 plus shipping. Then we had a set of mini plush cell. This was the Claire's exclusive Squeezimals Micro set, and it sold for $13.49 on sale plus shipping. Next item was this new with tags Beanie Babies Emoji Movie Cat with heart eyes, and it sold for $6.29 free shipping. And another plush made its way out the door. This was the Retired Beanie Boos. This was Rebel the Meerkat, 9-inch tall plush, and he sold for $14.99 plus shipping. And if I recall, this was actually an international sale, so the buyer was well in over $30 for this item. The next item was this new in box Christmas ornament. This was the 2012 Peking Pixie Disney Hallmark ornament from Peter Pan. Of course, it's Tinkerbell. And she sold for $16.99 on best offer plus shipping. The next item was the first of the Enesco Growing Up Girls from the lot that we had purchased a few weekends back. This was the blonde hair 5th birthday girl, and she sold for $6.99 plus shipping. And even though we are in late summer, it looks like some of the fall stuff is starting to sell finally. This was a woman's pair of quilted all-weather boots from Land's End. They sold for $23 on best offer plus shipping. And another Stampin' Up! Stamp set sold as well. This was the Curvy Versus 8-piece wood mount rubber stamp set. Sold for $7.99 plus shipping. Then we had a pair of short sell, so winter and summer things together out the door. The North Face, girls size 14-16 large, Aphrodite outdoor hiking shorts, and these sold for $9.99 plus shipping. And the last item up today is this pair of Judy Blue women's denim jeans, and these sold for $21.50 on a best offer plus shipping. Okay guys, that's about all that I had for today. If you enjoyed today's video, go ahead and give us a like and a thumbs up and a comment, or subscribe to the channel. You know, do all of those YouTube things that you can do. We've picked up a number of new subscribers as of late, so that is awesome. I appreciate all of you guys that watch, especially everyone who watches through the very end. I know that also helps the YouTube algorithm as well. So again, thanks for your support, and we'll catch you on the next one.